Hello and welcome to Adoctorsjourney, navigating medicine and life with coaching and healthcare innovation. This is going to be our first episode, and we're going to start with two empowering quotes. The first one is from Nelson Mandela: "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." And the second one from Theodore Roosevelt: "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." In our career, resilience is key to not just surviving but thriving. More importantly, I like the concept of anti-fragility, or the Resilient 2.0. This suggests that embracing challenges and uncertainty can lead to significant growth and innovation in medical practices, healthcare system, but also in personal development. The book encourages a shift in perspective to see disorder not as something to be feared and avoided, but as a potential source of strength and improvement. Therefore, instead of resisting, we create habits and frameworks that can help us navigate our stressors and challenges. That is the secret sauce for a sustainable career in medicine. Today, we will focus on the obstacles to career advancement and growth, and try to answer the question, what is holding you back? First, let's talk about career stagnation and two main concepts here: burnout and learned helplessness. Burnout, let's face it, 1 in 2 physicians are burnout, 33% are planning on quitting their jobs, and 55% looking at going part-time over the next 2 to 3 years. We also are losing 700 physicians of suicide. This is a systemic phenomenon indeed. But there are also a lot of things that can be done at the individual level. And this is what tags to the second concept of learned helplessness. This is following classic experiments in dogs by Martin Seligman. He documented a series of behavior exhibited by subjects after enduring repeated adverse stimuli beyond their control that leads to a belief that our actions no longer yield meaningful change, and therefore we accept our status quo, even if we don't like it. This is a very dangerous combination that can stagnate our career, but also our passion for medicine. Now, there are common barriers and cognitive distortion that affects healthcare providers, physicians, and physicians alike: the fixed mindset, the perfectionism, and the imposter syndrome. Our internal barriers often shape our professional trajectory. What is a fixed mindset? It's where we root into familiar patterns and we're unable to see opportunities. This limits our growth and adaptability, and I see this a lot in my coaching practice. The second one is perfectionism. And this is a double-edged sword, because while we're striving for excellence, it can become a paralyzing pursuit of the unattainable, and therefore we never try to pursue meaningful change in our life. We reach or we establish a bar that is so high, basically starting to take action will never happen because we will never get to that bar. The third is the imposter syndrome. This is another one that I see a lot with a lot of my coaching clients. We will never be enough. We will have to explore different types of imposter syndrome, and this is according to Kelly Vincent, who has an amazing book about the imposter syndrome. And let's see if you identified with any of it. The perfectionism set extremely high expectations for themselves and often feels like a failure when they don't meet their standard, and therefore you never take action. The superwoman or superman pushes themselves to work harder and harder. You need to work harder than those around you to prove you're not an imposter. And often, this will lead to a point of burnout. The natural genius feels ashamed when they struggle. You are supposed to learn everything quickly and fluent. And if you don't do that, you don't feel competent in all areas. You feel that you are not worth it. Remember, there is not 100% certainty in any decision we make. Sometimes we need to embrace uncertainty and take a leap of faith of what will be the next step for us to pursue a meaningful change on our life or our career. The soloist, we prefer to work alone. I've been there all the time. Feeling that asking for help will reveal incompetence, ignoring there is a power in teamwork And that's what I love about coaching, masterminds, and empowering group, because I truly believe the sum of all participants will lead to exponential growth. What can you do? First, you need to challenge yourself with the power of questions. What aspect of my career brings me the most fulfillment? What aspect leave me unsatisfied or frustrated? What are my goals and aspirations inside, but also outside of medicine? How do I envision a balanced and fulfilling life that incorporates my personal interests and passions? Take your time and answer those questions. This can be very revealing and lead to a set of values that needs to be aligned with your priorities in life and your career. And you will know where to focus. And remember, where focus goes, energy flows. That's said by Tony Robbins. But also remember, if you don't prioritize your life, somebody else will. Now, let me give you the hard truth. If you're not currently taking action, it is because your current thoughts. How we feel is ultimately determined by us, and it is determined by what we choose to think. At the Life Coach School, we call this self-coaching model. You try to notice your thoughts, pay attention to them, and once you identify them, you can ask yourself how you want to feel. How do you think you will feel once you accomplish your goal? That feeling, my friend, and that thought behind it is available to you right now. Just need to have some time and pay attention to it. And that thought and that emotion is the one you need to drive you to take actions toward changing your life. If you feel the change is needed, that might be to create a new business, maybe have another side of income. Whatever you want is available to you. And that is the definition of growth mindset. You need to overcome your barriers, and mentorship and coaching can be a catalyst for change. It's a powerful tool to break through this barrier. Mentorship programs or coaching programs, there is evidence-based behind it. There have strategies and methods that are very effective for personal and professional development. You can check my website for the vast evidence of how useful mentorship program, coaching programs are for physicians, either to tackle burnout, build resilience, or even creating a flourishing environment that will help you grow inside, but also outside of medicine. They can also help you with goal setting, establishing boundaries that are so important for a healthcare provider, but also helping you navigating career transition. It is important to mention that you need to be ready and committed for a change. Therefore, awareness and engagements are crucial for success. You can check a blog post I wrote a few months ago about 5 reasons why you need a coach, and you will find the link below. So as we conclude our podcast episode, I encourage you to reflect on one barrier we discussed today. And for your assignment, either reach out to a potential mentor or consider how coaching program could benefit you. Awareness is the first step towards meaningful change. By engaging with mentors, coaching, and building growing community, we open the doors to new perspectives and strategies and much needed support and accountability that we need to navigate our careers. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, the path to navigate medicine is both challenging and rewarding. Remember to take care of yourself as diligently as you do for your patient. Until next time.